Water in a backyard or in your landscape can be gorgeous, but it's kind of intimidating to figure out how to put a water feature in your yard. But that's why we have Diane Giddens from Oak Park Garden Center. Diane, we are looking at a gorgeous setup here, but water features can be kind of any size.
They can be any size. They can be just a small little freestanding fountain to acre pond.
What do people love? I mean, what do they add? I think I know what they add just to hear the water babbling and everything, but what do people like about having a water feature in the yard?
There's so much to like about these. It's soothing, it's a nice place to relax. The sound of the waterfall a lot of times will mask noise.
So if you're near some traffic noise, you might consider a water garden.
Yeah.
Now, are there fish in this one? Because you can do fish or no fish.
So you have a pet component to it as well. You have pets, you have gardening with the water plants. It attracts nature. Running water attracts nature more than anything. So you get the birds and all the wildlife come to your yard just because of the water.
This one we were saying, now this is serious. You've really planned it out. An expert comes to help you. You guys help dig it and line it. And let me show, this is the liner that you're holding in your hands?
So this is state of the art, black. It's 45 mil size-wise rubber. So this won't degrade, this won't crack
And that's what's going to line whatever the pondish kind of feature that you've got going here. So, and we've got some water, some flowers, some lilies right on the water that looks spectacular, and you've got, looks like almost a hula hoop going to keep them contained.
Yes. The fish are hiding right now, but sometimes the fish want to eat. These are just floating plants, so they're not in a pot or anything, and the fish want to eat them. So we keep them contained, and the fish can just get like whatever's left on the side.
If we want something like this, it's definitely you call, and you guys really help plan out what this is about, how to take care of it. I mean, it's a commitment to really making this part of your landscape.
It's a huge part of your landscape. So you don't, you want to do it right the first time.
You want to do it right the first time. So we're going to walk, because although this one is gorgeous, there's a lot of different options. So we're going to go over here and look at a smaller water feature, right? So just a few steps away, we have a little bit more, I mean, it's not as ambitious as that one, but this is just as spectacular in my opinion. What are we looking at?
This is real simple. We call this a disappearing water feature. So you don't have the open water, you don't have the plants and the fish, you still have the lovely sound and the motion, and it's pretty easy to take care of. We have some customers of ours, so we've been doing this for 35 years. So we have customers that maybe did it when they were in their 30s and 40s, and now they don't want to get in and deal with some of that. So they can take their existing pond and simplify it and still have the nice sound and everything they love about it.
It's gorgeous. And so there's another, we're going to walk this way. There's another one that looks similar to that where the water disappears. It's off this way, right? Let's take a look. All right, so this is also considered disappearing, is that right?
Disappearing water feature. And this could be smaller than it is here, so this would fit nicely into your existing garden.
And the water is recycled through and through?
Yes.
That's kind of a nice thing.
Yeah, you're not using up any water at all, you're just reusing it.
And again, you still have that lovely sound, you really have that, it feels like nature just listening to it.
Yeah, this is a little, it's pretty natural looking, and
I like that.
And just gives you a little bit of coolness in the center of your garden.
Okay, so around the corner, we're going to take a little walk, because you've got examples of 3 that are just, they're water features, but they're a lot smaller, but there's some variety that I want to show everybody.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at that. These are adorable. I love them. I'm sure the birds are attracted to some of these, right?
The birds love them. The chipmunks, any kind of
when they're thirsty. So let's show people Are these specific to Water Garden, or are they, you know, kind of retrofitted? How do you get these going?
So we have all of our water features would have a reservoir.
Okay.
Okay, and then in that is some tile that fills this so that we still have plenty of room for water. And then it has a pump, and this is kind of to show you there's all kinds of options, you know, from anywhere from a pot to an old pump to we even will plumb bird baths. So,
okay, so if you have some architectural feature that you would like to sort of think about, should we bring it in and have you kind of noodle the problem? Like,
yes.
Okay, this is how we can make this a
Sure.
water feature. I kind of like too, you also have next to these, you let everyone know what the different components are so they kind of know what they're getting into.
price-wise and size-wise.
Right, because there's a range that can fit your budget when it comes to the water feature. I think there is one more that's kind of surrounded by ferns that I want to kind of end up at just to show everyone just all the different variety you have. And I saw it over there, so we're going to walk in that direction. So here we have just more of, it almost looks like a bird bath, but then you also have a water feature that you give it some height here. I like this because I know from what you've told me, the different heights in the landscaping is kind of what we want. And sometimes it's hard to get the height.
Interest, yes.
Yeah.
And you
this is
need
gorgeous.
it with these
You
big
do.
ferns. So
Could we do this? Do people do this in their yard with the ferns around? I mean, it looks almost like a vacation in your backyard.
it's a good picture spot. Let me tell you, a lot of people get their pictures
I was
taken
just
in
going to
front of
say
these
wedding
ferns.
pictures. Yeah,
Yeah,
you should
yeah,
call Diane
yeah.
for your wedding
Yeah.
pictures because it's so spectacular. Now, is that also though same kind of thing? You don't have a pond there. It's all self-contained.
That's right.
How much time does it take to put together a water feature if it's more like this?
That's a weekend project.
This is a weekend project. Okay, so it is a nice way to just dip your toe into the water garden. This is full throttle though. We're gonna turn around a little bit and look, and we're gonna sort of move back a little bit so that we can show you. But this again, we wanna show up at the final. I mean, you've got a couple of spectacular ones. This is for your serious pond water feature enthusiast. This is not a weekend project.
That's some big stones. It could be, but you'd have to have it planned out to have all your materials, which we suggest anyway, have all your materials there. But you know, the secret to this one is this one stone that juts out.
Yeah.
That gives you that drop, and that's what gives you that nice sound.
That's the kind of planning. So that's what I'm wondering. When they see these and they want these, when we come out, how do you work with us to get these in our backyards?
So you give me an idea of your space. Pictures help a great deal. And then we talk about how much room you have. And I don't want you to dig a hole before you talk to me because our liners come in different widths. We can cut you any length, but I don't want you to waste any liner.
Okay, so the best bet for this is a commitment. It's going to make a big impact on your landscape. It's going to be gorgeous, but you want to do it right the first time because it's going to take some work and a little bit of an investment when you're talking about this.
Right.
So come out and talk to you.
After 30 years, we know everything that can go wrong, and we can help you avoid that.
That's what I like to hear. Thank you so much, Diane. If you're looking at doing a water feature, she's the first call you want to make. Thank you, and now I'm thinking I want a water feature.